I know there's crayon on the wall right here, but one crisis at a time, and I need to get these clothes decluttered. I will take care of that sometime after this. I recently did a massive closet declutter in my own closet that was 4 to 5 years overdue, and today I'm going to be decluttering once again, years of hoarding. This time I'm focusing on my children's closet that has gotten pretty bad. Between all three of them and the fact that kids grow out of clothes so fast, there's a lot. It's such a tall task that I've been putting it off for way too long, and it's snowballing. It's getting out of control. At a certain point, I think it might crush me, so I just need to do this, and I am once again enlisting my dear friend, Miss Marie Kondo, to help me through it. I'm going to be following the bones of the KonMari method and making some tweaks along the way so that I can actually achieve my goal and declutter and have everything look good by the end of the day today. And so I'm going to keep calling my form of tidying up the KonMai method. Very similar to the KonMari method, just lazier. But let's get started with the first step. The first step, according to Miss Queen Marie's rules, we have to discard by category, hence why I am focusing on all the clothes and closets throughout my house. As you have seen so far, things have gotten pretty dire over here. Let me kind of explain the mess and we'll go through what we gotta tackle today. This is our disaster closet. The cubes are bursting at the seams, and then we have all this up top. I don't even really know what that is. Just clutter on the top row. Nothing is really hung anymore. Another bursting at the seams bin, and ooh, a lot of clothes just chilling on the ground. Learn from my mistakes. I feel overwhelmed just looking at all this. Do not let things get this out of control. So we got a lot of work to do just in this room, but there is more. If we go into our guest room, even more clothes. Even though it is clearly just a disaster, I am determined to get it all done today because according to Marie Kondo, the ultimate secret of success is if you tidy up in one shot rather than little by little, you can dramatically change your mindset. Hopefully that's true, but I'm going to go with knowing me, I just need to get this all done in one shot because obviously I've been putting this off for years at this point. And if I don't get it all done today, I'm never going to completely get this done, and so I'm just gonna do it. The next step of the KonMari method is getting all the clothes and everything in one giant pile so that you can then start the decluttering and discarding portion. But getting everything in one pile, at least in my last video, it really helped me see how just out of control I had gotten. And I'm sure we're going to get that vibe and sense again today. So let me just bring everything out here. It's not all fitting, so I'm starting to put some stuff right here. This is crazy. Like, I could legitimately be on like a full episode of Extreme Hoarders because this is just insane. I think this is one of the most valuable things Marie Kondo suggests doing is putting everything you're decluttering in one place in a specific category because you can really see just how bad things have gotten. Like, you can't deny how bad things have gotten and how much stuff you have that you just don't need when it's all laying out here like this to the point that it is a mountain behind you. It really does make you think about just how you want to change your mindset when it comes to accumulating things, because things can accumulate very quickly. In my defense though, I will say I did not purchase probably 95% of the clothes you see here. I was very lucky that a lot of my friends and family were willing to just give me their kids' old clothes that they had grown out of. I feel very lucky based on that, and just I can't say no to free things, and that's a me problem. I need to say no to things, even if it's free, just for the simple fact that I don't need it. Yeah, and I have nothing more to say on that. So let's get into the next portion of the KonMari method, which is picking up items and pondering if it sparks joy. And this is where we're going to veer into the KonMai method, because these are just clothes. They're not even my clothes, they're my kids' clothes. So none of them really spark joy to me. My children spark joy in me, but this taco shirt and this like rainbow barf shirt don't spark joy in me. Basically, what sparks joy to me in my children's clothes is if it fits them or will fit them in the future, because that is just one less article of clothing that I will then have to buy or get for them to wear in the future. So as I go through everything, that's really the only question I'm asking myself is, does it fit them or will it fit them? And if it does not, it goes into the donate or sell piles.
And just to quickly go over the bins I'm sorting everything into, I have a repurpose bin, a sell bin for baby items, a sell bin for 18-month-old items, a sell bin for 2T items, a 3T bin, and a 4T bin, which are the sizes they currently fit into. And then I have a massive just swath of area that I'm going to be throwing any of the donate items.
So let's get started. First thing I have, 2T. This is a nice little jacket, so it will go in the 2T sell bin. Anyone else's kids watch Blippi? I have the best mom on the planet, because she buys my kids the overpriced Blippi merch, but they love it. They love it. It's definitely a good Christmas idea for any kids who like Blippi. It's expensive, but for the holidays, sometimes it's worth the splurge if it's something your kids truly love. But this is 2T, but a definite sell item. Let's see, what is even in here? This is like opening a present. I don't even know what this is. Oh. 4T clothes, so that fits them right now. This one is a little sentimental to me, just because this is the costume one of my twins wore on our Halloween on the High Seas Disney cruise that we did over Halloween last year. And that was just, I feel like that was the last big vacation our family took. Obviously, with all that's going on in the world, we haven't been taking, nor do we have any big vacations planned for the future. So this is a little sentimental to me, because this reminds me of a simpler time, I guess you could say, but ultimately it doesn't fit any of my kids at this point, so I'm not just gonna indefinitely hold on to a costume. All right, this is a 5T item. So I don't have a basket for 5T plus items that my kids can grow into, so I'm just gonna start a pile over the yonder of things that they will eventually grow into, because I obviously want to save those, because I don't want to have to buy extra clothes in the future when I already have them. These are the Cat and Jack pants from Target. I absolutely love them. I will keep any of them that still fit my kids. Super stretchy waistband. They can pull it up themselves, get themselves dressed, as long as they have these types of pants. They don't have to fiddle with zippers or buttons. And because it's so stretchy, it's just easy for them to pull up. And even the jean part is a little bit stretchy as well. They're the best jeans for toddlers, in my opinion. A baby carrier that I would not recommend. I'm about to sell it for like $5 on the Facebook market, so let's put it in the baby bin. I highly recommend, if you are pregnant and watching this, buy your baby carriers used off the Facebook market. I don't even know what these are. I never even used these, but these would have been really useful had I known that I owned them. I really need to start decluttering my life more so I don't miss things like this. So these, I will have them linked below if I can find them on Amazon. So let's say you have your kids dressed in a very nice outfit, you don't want it to get stained, or you're about to go out to some special occasion or something and you don't want them to look like a slob. You can put this on them frontwards, and then it snaps on the back and it keeps their arms, everything perfectly clean, and anything that wants to fall into their lap can be caught here. So I'm gonna keep these because I can still get good use out of them with my kids, and I have multiples now. So that's good to know. I do really want to change how I do things though, because it's embarrassing. I don't want there to be situations where I have useful things and I'm not getting use out of it. What's the point of me having it then? Someone else should have it then. Okay, this is a cool one to repurpose. Through all the things I've done so far, I have not found many repurposes, but this is one I want to repurpose. It's kind of a cool shirt, and it's something that is 5T, so my kids will be growing into it in the not too distant future. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it has some stains just randomly around it because it's a white shirt, and white shirts will get stained if your kids wear them enough. So I'm gonna put this in the repurpose pile, because if I can collect enough of these shirts in the repurpose pile, I do want to do a tie-dye activity with my kids one of these days. And I don't want to buy new shirts to do that because clearly I already have plenty of clothes. I just want to find clothes to repurpose for our activities. This will be another fun to repurpose shirt as well. This one also, because it is like got tons of stains, if you can tell on the front. So basically any white shirt that I have that has stains and just icky stuff on it, I'm going to use for just tie-dye fun activities for the kids. So many little random socks here now. So there's just socks that have kind of fallen to the bottom of the pile, and so many of them are just gonna go into like the donate or recycle bin, because I do not buy colored or themed socks anymore. I used to. Once upon a time, I would buy all the character socks that come with different characters on each pair of socks, and it was just a nightmare to pair socks. So now I've gotten to the point where I don't have time for that kind of tedious work. I only buy white socks for my kids. They all go in the same drawer right next to our shoe area. Fortunately for me, they all wear the same size sock, but if your kids wore different socks, you could have one size in all white and another kid's size in all black, just to make it easy. But it's just nice because you don't have to pair socks. It saves me so much time. So all these random like colorful character, mostly Paw Patrol socks that I have, they're going away. My kids don't even notice. Now that they don't even have the character socks as an option and they only have a sea of white socks to choose from, it's not a fight or a battle picking out socks because they're all the same. Oh, somewhere in here, I know I have about 1 million of these Aiden and Anais muslin receiving blankets. I'm definitely gonna put them in the baby pile of items to sell because they're still in great condition. We just have no use for them at this point, and we barely even use them to begin with. I use them mostly as a sunshade or a little play mat. And you don't even have to get the Aiden and Anais ones now. Target now sells a similar item for less in their Cloud Island brand, and I actually think the Target ones come with cuter designs. Oh my gosh, everything is off the bed now. Let me show you a little status of where we're at, but we still have all the stuff that's on the floor. The 4T keep, the 3T keep. I have all the stuff that they'll eventually grow into back there. The 2T pile of things I'm going to sell, the 18-month pile of things I'm going to sell, baby items I'm going to sell, some repurpose / things I want to tie-dye, the donate pile, and then we still have all of this to go through. So let's put this on the bed. Oh. Now I know the KonMari method wants you to focus on just categories first, and I still feel like I'm pretty much doing that, but along with all the clothes that I store in my kids' closet, I also store their blankets, sheets, loveys, all that type of stuff. So just because I want the whole place to be clean in the end of this and not just the clothes with all the other clutter I have in there, I'm still going to declutter some of the non-clothes items. There's not a lot, but this is the KonMari method, and I just want the whole freaking closet done by the end of this. I don't want to have gone through all of this and then still have a mess of the non-clothes items in the space. I want to be able to see a nice, tidy closet by the end of this. So I'm still gonna do some non-clothes items, even though most of this was clothes. This is an Aiden and Anais muslin blanket. So it's not the really thin receiving blankets, it's a thicker actual real blanket, and I really like these just because they're super breathable, so they're a little bit safer, even though technically no baby under the age of 18 months should be sleeping with loose blankets. I still like just having this one more for just the random occasions we would use blankets, like if it was cold outside and they needed a blanket in the car seat, just because it is like so breathable. Like you can breathe through it really easily because it is muslin, and it's just a nice gauzy material that my kids really like. They actually have a similar item for less now at Target, also in the Cloud Island brand, but they didn't have that when I bought them. So I have the Aiden and Anais ones, and I like those, but I would have bought the cheaper Target ones had they existed back in the day. But I'm still gonna keep these because I still occasionally get use out of these when we travel and stuff. And then these loveys I got from Target. My toddlers absolutely love these. I have, I think like 6 or 7 of them, even though only 2 of my kids use these, because they love them so much that I needed backup for my backup, so that if multiple are in the wash, each child can still have one, because they will not go to sleep without these. It's their little security blankets. This is a really good Christmas gift idea for anyone with preschool age children. I kind of jumped the gun and bought it a little early. I'm kind of trying to read one to my kids right now, but it's the first 3 Harry Potter books, the full chapter books, and they're just beautiful, and every few pages has nice illustrations to kind of make it just more engaging for kids that are younger, not able to read yet. But I'm really excited to get to the point where my kids are excited to read the Harry Potter books with me. I started trying to read them the first one, and they're still a little too young. My twins just turned 4, but I'm hoping that maybe in 6 months or at least a year, they'll be really engaged and interested in me reading a chapter before bed every night. But I bring it up because I know Christmas is fast approaching, and I feel like this is a really good gift idea. Now what I want to do is I want to organize my sell bins. So I have these just grocery bags that I'm going to sort the sell items into. I have a lot of stuff in the 18-month pile, and a mom who has an 18-month-old who's buying for winter clothes doesn't also want 18-month-old summer clothes. So I'm going to split up my 18-month pile and my 2T pile into a spring summer lot and a fall winter lot, so it's easier to sell. And I'm not gonna fold these nicely yet. I'm just organizing them into the appropriate bag, and for actually selling them, I always like to lay the clothes out very nice and neat so that they look as good as possible, so I can get top dollar for my haul bags. But most of what I have here is really fall related clothes, so I'll probably split my fall lot pile into 2, and then I'll just have 1 spring summer lot to sell. So now I got to do the same exact thing for my 2T clothes. All my grocery bags are Trader Joe's. Does anyone else out there love Trader Joe's as much as I do? It is one of my favorite stores on the planet. So I just want to show you like an example of what a winter lot I would take a picture for sale would look like. All right, and then let's take a picture. So that's how I set up the photo for a lot sale on the Facebook Market. And now that they're nicely folded for the photo, now I'll put it back in the bag nicely folded so that when someone does purchase it, it looks a lot nicer than just a bunch of clothes stuffed into a bag. Perfect. I mean, this lot, like someone could buy this for like 50 bucks and be set, not have to buy anything else for fall, because this will cover everything for them. Now I can put all of this back and list it for sale. Help me figure out a list price. What would y'all pay for the lot that I just showed? And what would you pay for the first lot I showed? And what would you pay for this lot? I'm curious what you guys think I should list it at. It is getting hot in here. That is an overwhelming amount of stuff, but I'm so glad that I at least have all the donate and all the sell stuff in their little bags put off to the side for now. I mean, it's gonna be a workout just getting all the donate stuff into my car, but let's deal with that later. Again, one crisis at a time. I just wiped down the closet, vacuumed it, everything, and now the only thing left to do to have like the closet of my dreams for my kids is putting away their clothing. And Marie Kondo has a very specific way that she likes to fold her clothes so that they're nice little triangles, they stand up, it looks really good. And when they're in a drawer like that, you can see everything very clearly what you own. But I'm gonna be honest with myself, I cannot sustain folding all my kids' clothes plus my clothes, and like, it's just too much laundry. Laundry is already the bane of my existence. I hate doing laundry. I try to spend as little time as I can doing laundry while still having us all look nice and smell nice. I'm just going to put the clothes away using the Mai Method's no fold method, because 2-year-olds don't care if you fold their clothes. They just want to hang out with you. So if I can spend less time a week doing laundry by doing the no fold method and not spending an additional hour to 2 hours of my week folding just insane amounts of clothes in my house, I would rather save that time and spend it with my kids, hanging out, watching TV, reading a book with them, whatever, anything other than doing laundry. I feel like my kids' clothes don't really get that wrinkly anyways because they're so small, and like their pants, for example, because I get the Target pants, it has a lot of spandex in them, and spandex doesn't really get wrinkly, so they still look good. No one, I feel like, knows that I don't fold their clothes. So hopefully if you feel like laundry is taking up way too much time in your life, maybe I inspire you to be just a little bit more lazy, because I just don't feel like you need to fold kids' clothes unless it's like a nice button-up shirt. Then I do hang those. But if it's not a nice button-up shirt, it goes in the drawers no fold style. So I have two different kind of cube storage areas in here. So let me explain what I'm planning on doing. I have a smaller cube storage thing over on this side. It's just 6 cubes. And this is where I'm going to be putting the 3T clothing. Right now, all 3 of my boys fit into the 3T size, but they're very quickly approaching the 4T size. So I want to keep the sizes separate, because when the day comes, probably in the next 4 months, to be honest, that I need to get rid of the 3T items, it'll be easy because they'll all just be over here and I can quickly get rid of it. And then we will then just use the 4T side, which is this little cube storage of 9 over here. So that's why I'm splitting it up, so that when it does come time to get rid of 3T stuff, it's not a disaster like what was at the beginning of this video, where it's just a hodgepodge of a million different sizes. It'll all be 3T and it'll all be easy to organize and sell or donate. items that don't need to be folded are in here. Now let's put away the 4T items. You guys, I know like in editing, no one wants to watch me like organize clothes for 10 straight minutes, slow speed. But really that, like putting all those clothes away took me less than 10 minutes because I don't fold them. And the most time consuming part is hanging the button-up shirts, but I really don't have that many button-up shirts for the boys because I don't like doing additional work when unnecessary. My boys don't even really like button-up shirts that much to begin with. They like to be able to feel like they're doing things on their own, and they don't know how to do these buttons by themselves, so they like basic shirts anyways. The no-fold method like makes life so much better if you don't like doing laundry and you don't like putting away clothes especially. Because really for me, doing laundry is the easy part. Like you just stick it in a machine, turn it on, the machine does everything for you, then you stick it in the dryer. I don't know why I'm explaining this. Y'all know how laundry works, but can we all agree? Like comment below. The worst part of the laundry process is folding and putting everything away. So if you can just cut out the whole folding part and just throw it in the appropriate bin, life is so much better. I totally forgot about the 5T stuff. So what I'm going to do, just because I don't have a clear bin on hand right now that's large enough for this, I am planning on going to Target to get a clear bin so I can see this so I don't forget about it. But ultimately right now, just for the sake of getting this done today, since I don't have time to go to the store at this point, I'm just going to stick this in these bins. I know it's not the best, but for now this works. I'm gonna stick it in here, and then once I can get my hands on a clear bin that actually fits this, I'm going to put it in the clear bin so that I can see it and I don't forget what I have of the next size up for my kids. Oh my gosh, I'm done. Let's take a look. So much better. The floor is completely clear.
Truly shocked that in one day I was able to take this to this. It looks so much better.
Even more clothes. This is the guest bedroom closet. It's so much clearer. Like, yes, there's still all the crap back there, but now I'm back to the KonMari method where you just focus on a category, and I was focusing on my kids' clothes and it looks way better than it did before. I feel infinitely better now. I don't feel so overwhelmed that I just avoid this whole area. I can actually take care of other things now that I've also been putting off, like getting rid of all the crayons all over the walls. This is just a little snippet of all that's around the upstairs of my house because it seems like, I guess, my toddlers just don't respect me. As I went through this process, if any of y'all noticed anything that I could have done differently that would have made it better, please comment it down below. Clearly, I'm still learning as I go throughout this process, and being that I put stuff off until it's just like a massive issue, there's a lot of other spaces in my home that need a thorough decluttering and discarding. So help me out in the comments below, and hopefully I can utilize some of those tips in future decluttering videos. But if you enjoyed this video, I'll have any other decluttering videos floating over the screen along with some of my other video playlists, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!